I recently had a sudden epiphany, right? I worked really hard to leave society. I left the matrix. Like, that was my biggest thing. And I did so with my babies, which is not easy. And we had such a happy experience. And I literally just lived on faith. And I was taking care of every step of the way. And then I allowed fear to creep in. And I went back. I allowed my old life to creep back in and make me feel like I was doing it wrong because it's not what the system wanted. There's going to be distractions, right? And there's going to be tests of faith. Are you going to go back or are you going to keep going forward? And a big distraction for me a lot of times is fear of failing my babies. But they were so happy. And ever since I've come back, it's been trial after trial, mishap after mishap. And I realized that we floated when we walked in faith. We literally lived where we wanted, we did what we wanted. And I have allowed fear to get me the distraction penetrate so hard that now I'm trying to find my way back into the matrix in order to be comfortable. I'm back in my old city that I can't stand. I'm involving myself with people that I left a long time ago, trying to fit myself back into the box that I left and removed myself from a long time ago. And it's not fitting. And it's like I have half of my body out, half of my spirit, half of my essence out, and half in. But it's all fear based. And that's all that society is fear based. Everything we do is based in fear. They keep us controlled based in fear. And I allowed myself to fall back into that. I have a story. Okay, so one time, and I'm going to tell you how faith really works. Like, one time me and my daughter went on we call it our adventure. And it was like close, like towards the beginning of my spiritual, like real deep dive into spirituality. And, sorry, I just woke up. And so I didn't have any gas. I had my place at this time, but I didn't have any gas. And we were just having fun with my pendulum and asking questions. And so we went on this little journey and we literally just based it on the yes and no's of the pendulum. And I said, one of the answers where I was like, are we going to run out of gas? And I said, no. And so I know my car and I know how far I can get on gas. My tank is low. We got so far. And literally the moment that I was like, maybe we made all this all up in our head. My daughter was like, I know, huh? My car puttered and stopped. And then I ran out of gas. And I laughed. And I said, do you notice at the moment, my car should have been broke down a long time ago. And I said, the moment that we said we no longer believed that we were following something, that we just made it up in our head and we lost faith, my car stopped. Literally the moment. And so even to this day, we just say that was our fun journey because it really was like, and as I'm driving, like birds are following me the whole time. I'm really big on birds. It's always been the way that God has talked to me. I can pray and a bird will land on my car. It's happened several times. Birds come up to me, butterflies, dragonflies, things like that. Um, but yeah, the birds are a big messenger for me. And when we were driving, literally, it was just literally birds flying with my car. I don't even know how to explain it. And I'm not even gonna try. But whenever I walk on faith, everything just works out, even when I don't know what's happening tomorrow. Um, And then once I lose it, everything just goes to shit. And I don't have any desire to be regular or to be in the norm and the regular day to day that all of y'all are into. I don't have any desire. And really, that's what the point of we're all getting pushed to is to move out of it, move out of the matrix. And I've successfully done so in so many ways. But I'm right now trying to navigate my own comfortability. And I feel like I'm at a crossroad where it's like I can either go back, and that's the world that I sign on to and the people I sign on to, or I can go back to walking on faith and building a life that I desire. And people always have their opinions on what, people love to have an opinion. I can't stand it. Like, but it's about blocking out people's stupidity and their dumb opinions and following your own path because your world is literally what you make it. So, if anything, I hope somebody out there who is teetering on the side at their crossroad as well, trying to figure out which way direction to go. If you really desire to not be like everyone else and to not conform and to be in your own lane, in your own, to not be in this stupid matrix, then follow that and trust it. And as I'm talking, there's hella birds all around me, literally, like hell of them. Yeah. Anyway, have a good day, y'all. Love y'all.